Welcome to Daywe. Recoin G to explore some most valuable and south after coins such unusual errors and variations that they became legends in the world of numismatics. These rare copper beauties were never meant to exist. Yet somehow, they slipped through the careful hands of the mint, waiting decades for someone to discover their hidden power. The coin itself features a familiar face of Abraham Lincoln on the front, his gaze timeless, his expression steady. On the reverse, two graceful wheat stalks curve along the edges, framing the proud words 1 cent, United States of America. It's a design that whispers simplicity, yet hides immense value for those who truly understand its rarity. Each original copper piece seems to carry the heartbeat of history itself. Now, what makes the 1946 wheat penny so incredibly valuable isn't just its age, it's the secrets some of these coins hold. Certain pennies were struck on leftover planchets, on steel or silver pieces, or showed minting errors, so unique that they became one-of-a-kind treasures. Imagine a coin born from mistake, a tiny error that turns into a fortune. Such pennies are not just metal, they're miracles. Some versions of the 1946 wheat penny show a mysterious doubling on the letters, while others gleam with a slightly different shade of copper, deeper, redder, and richer. These subtle differences are what collectors chase like buried treasure. A sharp-eyed expert can spot the difference between a penny worth 1 cent and another worth hundreds of thousands, or even millions. That's the magic hidden inside this small circle of metal. Picture this: a forgotten box in an attic, a handful of old coins left behind by your grandfather. You brush away the dust, and there it is, a 1946 wheat penny, glowing softly with age. At that moment, you may not realize you're holding something that could change your entire life. But to a true collector, that coin might be worth more than gold, more than diamonds, because it tells a story that no gem could ever tell. These pennies carry the soul of an era. 1946 was a year when the world was breathing again after the storms of war. Copper, which had been used in weapons and machinery, was finally returning to the mint. Each coin made that year is a tiny symbol of peace, a reminder that even the smallest things can shine brightest after the darkest times. But the story doesn't end there. Some 1946 wheat pennies are believed to have been struck on leftover shell casings from the war, meaning the copper once used in battle was reborn into coins of peace. Think about that, from bullet casings to pennies. That transformation alone gives a coin a value beyond numbers, beyond price, a living story of history, struggle, and rebirth. Collectors across the world have paid unimaginable amounts for certain 1946 wheat pennies. The rarest varieties, those with unique metallic compositions or minting flaws, have crossed auction blocks for sums that sound like dreams. For the ordinary eye, it's just an old penny. But for the trained gaze, it's a masterpiece, a golden ticket hiding in plain sight. So if you ever come across a 1946 wheat penny in good condition, copper shining through its aged surface, don't ignore it. Don't toss it aside or spend it on something small. Hold it, study it, treasure it, because that coin might hold the key to your future. Its power is not just in its metal, but in the mystery of how something so small could carry the weight of fortune. The true beauty of this coin isn't just its financial worth, but its ability to connect the past and the present. Every scratch tells a story. Every mark a journey through countless hands and decades. Owning a 1946 wheat penny isn't just about wealth. It's about holding time itself, a whisper from 79 years ago saying, "I survived and so can you." So, the next time you see that humble little coin, that 1946 wheat penny with its copper gleam and wheat design, look closer, because inside that penny might lie your destiny. Maybe it's worth $1, maybe $1 million, but what's certain is that it carries a magic money can't buy, the power to change fortunes overnight and remind us that even the smallest piece of metal can hold the biggest dreams. The next up top too deep in the vaults of American history lies a coin so small yet so powerful, the 1952 wheat penny. At first glance, it seems like an ordinary copper 1-cent coin, but for those who understand its rarity and mystery, it is a symbol of fortune waiting to be discovered. The 1952 wheat penny from the United States of America carries more than just the image of Abraham Lincoln. It carries a legacy of post-war resilience, craftsmanship, and an age where every cent had meaning. This coin was born in a time when America was rebuilding, when hope was imprinted into every coin that left the mint. The wheat ears on the back of the 1952 penny are not just decoration. They represent growth, prosperity, and abundance. The copper glow of the coin, when held under the light, tells a story of endurance. If you have a 1952 wheat penny with that rich reddish tone still shining through, know that you hold a living piece of history in your hand. The 1952 wheat penny is part of the iconic Lincoln series, which ran from 1909 to 1958. Made primarily from copper, this coin was produced in 3 different mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, each with its own mark of distinction. But what makes this coin particularly fascinating is that some rare variations, minting errors and flawless conditions, have turned simple pennies into coins worth unimaginable sums today. Imagine this. A coin once used to buy candy or a newspaper could now buy you a mansion, luxury cars, and a lifetime of freedom. The 1952 wheat penny, in extraordinary condition, especially one struck with full, sharp details, carries a magnetic charm for collectors. It's not merely about the metal. It's about perfection, rarity, and the story that each coin whispers. In today's world, where collectibles have become treasures of the past, one flawless 1952 penny can command prices that defy belief. The beauty of this coin lies in its simplicity. The front side proudly bears Abraham Lincoln's profile, symbolizing leadership and endurance, while the back displays 2 stalks of wheat embracing the words 1 cent. These symbols remind collectors and dreamers alike that greatness can come from humble beginnings. Every line, every shine, every letter engraved on this coin carries an essence of American pride. Over the decades, certain 1952 wheat pennies have surfaced with minting flaws, double dies, off-center strikes, or unusual metal blends. These are the magical mistakes that transform a regular penny into a fortune-bearing artifact. When a coin like that appears in auctions, the bidding war begins, and collectors are willing to pay tens of thousands, sometimes even millions, for the right specimen. That's the mystery of coinage. Perfection and imperfection both hold value, but rarity reigns supreme. Many people don't realize the importance of condition. A well-preserved, glossy red-tone 1952 wheat penny in mint state is like a jewel. Over 70 years have passed since it was struck, and finding one with its original brilliance untouched by time is almost miraculous. If your coin still gleams with that original copper glow and sharp definition, you could be sitting on a fortune beyond imagination. Collectors across generations have called the Wheat Penny series the heart of American coinage. Among them, the 1952 edition stands out as one of the most charming survivors of its era. Its connection to history, its role in everyday life, and its lasting design make it a timeless masterpiece. For true collectors, owning such a coin isn't just a hobby. It's a connection to the spirit of the nation that built itself 1 cent at a time. Some private collectors have even traded this coin for staggering sums when it exhibits unique characteristics: a perfect strike, an ultra-red luster, or a flawless edge. Those rare examples, encapsulated and graded at the highest levels, are said to have crossed the $1 million mark in private collections. That's the magic of rarity. When something so common becomes uncommon, it transforms into a legend. Think about this. Millions of 1952 wheat pennies were made, but only a handful survived time without losing their brilliance. Many were spent melted or worn down by circulation, but those few untouched, those few cared for by time, now stand as silent kings of value. Each one holds the potential to rewrite someone's destiny overnight. If you ever find yourself holding a 1952 wheat penny with a sharp strike, perfect edges, and deep copper tone, don't rush to spend it. Don't trade it for less than it's worth. That tiny coin could be your golden ticket, a symbol of luck, history, and hidden wealth. Every legendary collector's journey begins with recognizing the treasure in plain sight, and your 1952 penny might just be that spark. So, the next time you look at that small, humble coin, remember, it's not just a piece of metal. It's a time traveler from 1952, carrying the hopes and stories of generations past. It's a whisper from history telling you to look closer, to believe in the extraordinary hidden within the ordinary. The 1952 wheat penny isn't just a coin. It's a key, a copper key that could unlock unimaginable fortune and turn an ordinary person into a legend overnight. The next up top three hidden within the pockets of America's history lies a coin so ordinary in appearance yet so extraordinary in value, the 1953 DeWitt penny. Minted in Denver, this small copper 1-cent coin carries the spirit of post-war America, a time when every cent mattered and every coin told a story. What makes the 1953 DeWitt penny so captivating isn't just its age or shine, but the whispers of rarity and mystery that surround certain versions of this coin. It is said that a simple penny from 1953 could one day turn an average collector into an overnight millionaire. When you hold a 1953 DeWitt penny in your hand, you're not just holding copper, you're holding a piece of living history. Each groove, mark, and shine reflects the heartbeat of an era rebuilding after the hardships of World War II. These pennies, bearing the iconic D mint mark under the date, were struck in the Denver Mint, known for creating coins of remarkable sharpness and character. Though millions were produced, only a handful have survived in pristine, untouched condition. And that is where the magic begins. Collectors and coin experts around the world are always in pursuit of perfection, coins that defy time. The 1953 D penny in uncirculated or mint state condition can command jaw-dropping prices because its luster, clarity, and design remain untouched. Some rare examples have fetched thousands, and rumors persist of hidden error versions worth millions. Imagine discovering one in your old drawer or family coin box, the very coin that could change your destiny in a single night. Among collectors, the allure of a 1953 DeWitt penny is magnified by its deep copper color, the warm red tone that glows under light. The coin features Abraham Lincoln on the front, his thoughtful gaze symbolizing strength and unity, and 2 stalks of wheat on the back, representing America's promise of prosperity. This simple yet powerful design has made it one of the most beloved coins in U.S. history. To hold one is to feel the echo of a nation growing stronger. While ordinary circulated 1953, D pennies may seem common, the rarest ones, those struck with minting errors, are where the unbelievable values emerge. A double die strike, an off-center mint, or a misaligned D mark could turn a humble cent into a collector's dream worth tens, or even hundreds of thousands. Some claim that hidden varieties have been auctioned quietly for amounts that defy logic, sums that could transform a person's fortune overnight. There's an almost mythical aura around the 1953 D penny, because in the world of coin collecting, surprises are endless. The smallest imperfection during minting, a misplaced letter, an unusual shine, or a die crack, can make your coin 1 in a million. And if your coin happens to be a high-grade proof-like copper, untouched by time, you may be holding a treasure no money can truly measure. Stories circulate among collectors about people who stumbled upon a 1953 D penny in an old box or inherited collection, only to discover it was worth more than a luxury car or even a house. It's not just about the coin's monetary value. It's about the spark of hope and mystery that ignites when history meets luck. This coin reminds us that even the smallest piece of metal can carry unimaginable wealth if preserved and recognized. The wheat penny era, which lasted from 1909 to 1958, is considered a golden age of U.S. coinage. Each penny from that period bears the soul of the nation's growth, but the 1953 D stands out as one of the last coins to carry that classic wheat design before it evolved into the modern Lincoln Memorial style. That transition alone makes this penny a symbol of change, a bridge between old America and the new. Collectors around the world treasure the 1953 DeWitt penny not just for its beauty, but for what it represents: resilience, craftsmanship, and hidden value. The copper used in these coins carries a unique reddish-brown hue that changes with age, and the coins that have retained their fiery glow are considered miracles of preservation. Those that remain uncirculated are like time capsules, untouched pieces of the 1950s preserved for the future. Even though millions were minted, only a fraction has survived in mint condition. Many were lost, spent, or melted down during metal recycling booms. That's why finding a 1953 D penny in perfect condition is so rare. It's like discovering a hidden diamond in a mountain of copper. Some say that such a coin could easily be worth more than gold itself, depending on its grade, shine, and historical purity. The power of this coin lies not just in its physical value, but in the dream it carries. The dream that something as small as a 1-cent piece could lift you from ordinary to extraordinary. Every collector knows that one lucky find, one flawless coin, can rewrite the story of your life. And among those possibilities, the 1953 D-Wheat penny shines like a beacon of hope, a reminder that fortune often hides in the smallest places. So, if you ever come across a 1953 D-Wheat penny, don't let it slip away or trade it for pennies. Examine it closely, guard it carefully, and know that you may be holding a coin capable of changing your life forever. Because sometimes, history hides its treasures not in castles or vaults, but in the palm of your hand, disguised as a simple copper penny. The 1953 D-Wheat penny isn't just money. It's a legend, a symbol of possibility, and perhaps your golden ticket to unimaginable fortune. The next up top for among all the copper treasures ever struck by the U.S. Mint, the 1955 D-Wheat penny stands as a gleaming symbol of mystery, luck, and unimaginable worth. This coin, born in the Denver Mint during a time of American prosperity and post-war growth, carries with it a story that collectors whisper about, a tale that bridges history, error, and sheer chance. It's not just a cent. It's a key to fortune, a relic of time that could change one's destiny overnight if found in the right condition. The 1955 D-Wheat penny is a small coin with giant legacy. Struck from pure copper mixed with a touch of tin and zinc, it embodies the craftsmanship of a bygone era. While millions of these coins were minted, only a handful have surfaced in extraordinary condition. Coins that gleam like untouched time capsules, reflecting every stroke of Abraham Lincoln's face as if frozen in 1955 itself. These are the coins that make collectors' hearts race, for they carry a secret beyond ordinary value. The Denver Mint, marked by the small D below the date, was known for precision. Yet, history tells us that sometimes perfection births rarity. Certain 1955 D pennies emerge with faint errors, slight misalignments, doubled strikes, or minting variations that make them unique. These imperfections, once seen as flaws, have transformed into golden tickets in the world of numismatics. Each tiny variation holds the potential to raise the coin's worth from mere dollars to astronomical figures. To hold a 1955 D-Wheat penny in your palm is to touch a living piece of America's past. Imagine the era. Dwight D. Eisenhower was president. The nation was booming, and coins like these passed to the hands of dreamers, soldiers, and factory workers. Little did they know that some of these humble cents would one day be hailed as the copper kings of fortune. Today, those same pennies can fetch staggering prices if found in pristine, uncirculated condition. Collectors treasure these coins for more than their metal. It's the story, the journey, and the accident of creation that give them power. A flawless 1955 D-Wheat penny can gleam with a deep red luster, a sign that it was never touched by circulation. Such coins, preserved like royal jewels, have been known to bring thousands, even tens of thousands of dollars at private auctions. For the right buyer, the price could soar into the realm of millions, especially if the coin carries the rarest strike errors. But why is this coin so powerful? Because it symbolizes chance and change. The 1955 D-Wheat penny teaches us that even the smallest things, forgotten and ordinary, can become extraordinary over time. A coin once used to buy a stick of gum now commands a power to buy a mansion. It's the magic of history, value, and time blending together. A true miracle of copper and human fascination. The wheat design on the back adds to its charm. 2 elegant stalks of wheat surround the bold 1 cent, representing America's strength and growth during the early 20th century. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this motif was meant to honor hard work and prosperity. Fitting symbols for a coin that would later be worth more than gold to the right collector. For decades, treasure hunters have searched through old jars, piggy banks, and dusty drawers hoping to find that one shining 1955 D-Wheat penny. Many stories circulate of people discovering these coins tucked away in attics or hidden in old collections, turning what they thought was pocket change into a life-changing discovery. If you ever stumble upon one in good condition, treat it like a diamond, for its potential is beyond measure. Condition is everything. A 1955 D-Wheat penny in mint state, meaning untouched, perfectly preserved, can fetch enormous sums from serious collectors. The coin's color plays a role too. Bright red or reddish-brown tones signal well-preserved copper, while darker tones might indicate age and wear. Each shade tells a story, and each story adds to its mystique. The coin market today values authenticity above all. Expert graders in auction houses examine every line, curve, and shine of the 1955 D penny to determine its true grade. Some exceptional examples have been certified as MS-67 red, a level of perfection so rare it almost feels unreal. These coins, when sold, can reach breathtaking figures, sometimes over $100,000, and in private hands. Some claim that hidden deals have valued these copper miracles in the millions. The power of the 1955 D-Wheat penny lies not only in its price, but in its spirit. It carries the heartbeat of a nation that once used it daily, unaware of the treasure they held. It is the perfect symbol of hidden fortune, proof that greatness often hides in the smallest of places. Each time a collector gazes at one, they're reminded that history can transform an everyday object into a monument of value. So if you ever come across a 1955 D-Wheat penny, don't rush to spend it or trade it away. Hold it close, study it under light, and remember, this tiny copper coin might hold the power to change your destiny. It's more than money. It's a relic of wonder, a piece of magic from the heart of America's minting legacy. Somewhere in its quiet shine lies the promise of fortune waiting to awaken overnight. The dream that 1 cent can indeed make you a billionaire of history and luck. The next up top 5 in the quiet heart of mid-century America, when post-war dreams were just beginning to bloom, the 1950 D-Wheat penny was struck in Denver, a small copper coin that would go on to capture the imagination of collectors worldwide. At first glance, it appeared to be just another ordinary 1-cent piece, circulating in the hands of workers, farmers, and school children. But behind that humble D mint mark rests a story that few coins can tell, a story of history, rarity, and astonishing value hidden within a coin smaller than a thumbprint. The 1950 D-Wheat penny belongs to the legendary Lincoln Wheat series, first introduced in 1909 to honor Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. The design featured 2 wheat stalks on the reverse, symbolizing prosperity and unity, a perfect reflection of America's promise. Though minted in the millions, the 1950 D has earned its fame not just for age, but for condition, detail, and scarcity of top-quality survivors. Today, finding one in pristine, uncirculated condition is like stumbling upon a copper time capsule that has defied decades of wear. Each of these pennies was struck in solid copper, giving it that rich reddish-brown shine collectors love. Over time, many have darkened or worn smooth from use. Yet, if you hold one that still gleams, showing Lincoln's sharp profile, crisp lettering, and bold D under the date, you may be holding a rare prize worth hundreds or even thousands. Exceptional examples graded MS-67 or higher have fetched jaw-dropping prices at auction, proving that this penny can indeed change fortunes overnight. What makes the 1950 D so special is not just its beauty, but its survival story. Minted during a period when Americans used pennies daily, few were saved in perfect shape. The Denver Mint struck over 334 million, but decades of circulation left only a handful of flawless survivors. That's where the true value lies, in condition, clarity, and authenticity. A clean strike, minimal marks, and fiery red luster can turn this 1-cent piece into a collector's dream. Throughout coin history, certain mint years stand out like hidden stars, and the 1950 D-Wheat penny is one of them. It bridges 2 eras, the fading age of wheat-backed cents and the coming of the modern memorial design in 1959. Holding one is like gripping a piece of America before change, before technology, before inflation, a simpler time when a penny could still buy something real. The intrigue deepens when we look at error coins. Some 1950 D pennies were struck slightly off-center, doubled in lettering, or misaligned, tiny imperfections that now make them priceless to collectors. One such rare error penny can command staggering sums, sometimes in the tens of thousands, depending on its visibility and preservation. Imagine owning a coin that was never meant to exist in that form, a minting miracle born from a fleeting mechanical mistake. There's also a psychological charm in the 1950 D-Wheat penny. It connects collectors to a sense of wonder, to the thrill of discovery. Many have found these coins in old jars, attics, or inherited collections, only to realize they're holding something extraordinary. It's not just copper. It's history made tangible, a silent witness to 75 years of change. The coin's value today varies with its grade. A circulated 1950 D may only bring a few cents, but an uncirculated, full-red specimen can reach well into the hundreds or thousands. In the rarest grades, where every detail remains sharp and glowing, it becomes a museum-worthy treasure. The key is authenticity, real copper tone, correct weight, 3.11 grams, and that proud D mark stamped with Denver precision. Collectors love this penny for its reliability and nostalgia. It's not a myth nor an exaggerated legend. It's a genuine relic of American coinage. Many professional numismatists consider it a cornerstone piece, essential in any Lincoln cent collection. Its consistent popularity means its value has only grown with time, especially as pristine examples vanish from the open market. The magic of the 1950 D Wheat penny lies in its ability to transform perception. To an untrained eye, it's just a cent. But to a collector, it's a treasure chest in miniature, a coin with a heartbeat, telling stories of the people who once held it. From shopkeepers in 1950s America to modern investors scanning with magnifiers, it continues to ignite passion and curiosity. Even more fascinating is the emotional power behind this coin. It reminds us that fortune sometimes hides in plain sight. The idea that a small copper disc, worth 1 cent a birth, could someday be valued in thousands speaks to both mystery and hope. It teaches patience, attention to detail, and the joy of discovery, all through a single piece of metal. So, if you happen to own a 1950 D Wheat penny, treat it not as spare change, but as a golden opportunity wrapped in copper. Protect it, preserve it, and never underestimate its worth. Because in the right condition, this tiny token of American history can indeed rewrite destinies. It is more than a coin. It's a story of legacy, rarity, and the incredible possibility that even the smallest treasures can hold the power to change your fortune overnight.